Hello everyone, my name is Craig Dickens. The first thing I would like to do is show you a symbol of a picture in which I drew when I was incarcerated, Kamanarati, which entails something that I never thought this world would ever, come to. I was convicted in the early 90s of a murder, and I was pretty much sent from detention home center to jail to penitentiary. When I first entered in Southampton receiving, I experienced some things that I really didn't think that a youth should ever go through. And once I got to Southampton Farm, I thought the lights was a little bit brighter, in the receiving, but when I got to the actual farm, Southampton Farm, the first day, I remember entering in and we walking, and, people hanging out the window hollering, okay, fresh meat. And I'm thinking to myself, I know what this means. I have, several people like uncles or whatever the case may be that ever been, have, gone to penitentiary, and they went there and they told me what to watch out for or whatever the case may be. I seen this dude and then I locked in on him. So when we got to our dwelling, which was C3 at the time, and they was telling us to go put our stuff in and come back out for lunch. And the first thing I did was scout. Out of fear, I scouted this one dude that I knew that was hanging in the window hollering fresh meat. And I got my tray and I went in and I slid all my food off the tray. And I went to this dude with this tray and I hit him with it and continued to do so. Not because I wanted to be a badass. I did it because I needed to make a statement. I'm 16 years old. So I ended up going to the hole. When I got out, they put me in C3. And I entered that, and I put my stuff in the cell. And I came back down. Wasn't really a whole lot of people in there. So I went and sat down at the card table. They had a stream of card tables, sat down at the card table, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna survive in this penitentiary. No longer, as soon as I had this thought in my head, I heard a commotion and a body appeared to drop at the next table beside me. Blood gushed everywhere, and I jumped up, and, I'm sitting there looking like, what the hell? And the people there is nonchalant. I'm like, bruh, I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. The people come in, so I don't have too much. I don't have a weapon. I don't tote a gun in here, or whatever the case may be. He was like, man, relax. I was like, man, I can't relax. This is not a place to relax. But long story short, I got through Southampton, had a lot of accidents or incidents up there, and the last time I was on Southampton was '93. The warden come past, and I had already been in the hole for an assault on the officer. And I asked him, I said, man, when y'all gonna let me out of the hole? He said, what's your name? I said, my name is Dickens. He said, Dickens. He said, oh no, you not coming back on this compound. Matter of fact, you supposed to have been gone. And 2 days later, this was on a Wednesday, Friday I was gone. They sent me to Nottoway Correctional Center, where I experienced more drama because I entered there during a riot. That ain't had nothing to do with me. But we was locked down for a long time, and they finally started letting us up. And I remember them keeping us down because they was putting fences, and they had acquired some, German Shepherds and other dogs to basically keep us in line. The first day they let us out to go to chow, a dog snapped his chain, and I ran up the fence, or whatever the case may be, and they was hollering for me to get off the fence. And I'm like, are you serious? It's a dog trying to bite me. So I ended up going to hole for that. Being young in the penitentiary, carries a lot of suffering. And I say suffering because I did a lot of suffering. I lost a lot. I gained some friends, but I've been traveling throughout the system so long that I didn't stay around one particular person for so long until I got to Sussex, where I met a few brothers who saw a potential in me. And they helped me in a lot of ways. I spent 16 and a half years on Sussex Ground 1 and 2. Ground 1 was the hardest, which is supposed to have been, but I made it through that as well as any other penitentiary I've been to. But at the end of the day, I don't think I would really have made it this far to get out. As you can see, I'm out, if it wasn't for them. They stayed on me and they was hard on me, but they had good intentions, and I appreciate